How we doing, folks? Engaged and enraged here, coming at you live.
It was a
How we,
banger.
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, brother?
Doing well. Thanks for doing the show the other day, man. That was that was quite the show, man. You were raging it, dude.
I was
Loving it.
enraged.
You were getting down, bro.
I know it was a spicy topic, but it was mostly tongue in cheek, but also a lot of truth there. Just a lot of truth, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that. I
yeah,
mean, I think I made a pretty good case.
yeah. And I think you were pretty clear that here on the show we're not you can be gay, trans. We're not hating on any of the folks, but when you got the hypocrisy of these clowns like Matt Gaetz and Lindsey Graham and these folks, that's what we hate on the hate. Okay.
We also, I know it seemed like I was trying to make a caricature of like what a quote unquote normal man does or whatever. I'm more so like trying to show that like what what they're putting out there as this normal man, they're not they're not that themselves. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like I think you can be a man and have nail polish. Matter of fact, I've worked some construction jobs back in the day where the foreman had nail polish on, and it was who cares, who cares, man.
It's whatever, man. Uh,
It doesn't matter. We don't care. Uh, Engaged is right. We don't care on this channel. It's all good.
yeah. Um, but yeah. Anyway,
No, no
so
hate.
yeah, but we're gonna check it out here. We're gonna get into the this little situation between Sam Harris and Elon Musk, where um, they had a bet on the death toll or how many people they thought the virus was going to kill. And then it ended up breaking up their friendship because Elon was wrong in his prediction.
Yes, in a very short and sweet, defined way, you summed it up perfect.
Okay, and we're gonna check out a couple of things here. We're gonna look at Secular Talk. Kyle Kalinske, big fan of his show. Patreon member, I am. Um, love love what he does. It's great
And
to have.
Crystal Kalinsky, or she still go by Crystal Ball?
I,
So they're married, right? Yeah,
yeah, I think
right.
they're married, but I think
Okay,
she still goes by Ball.
goes by the
Um,
same name. Fair enough. I mean, that's
I,
her
I haven't.
famous name.
You've seen this. You've seen their this clip here, huh?
Yes,
I haven't seen it, so
I've seen it, but Engaged has not seen it.
we can. I'll get kind of my reaction. I'll give, or I should say, I will give my reaction as we move along here, and we'll check it out, man. See what we got.
So now let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Elon Musk and Sam Harris. So earlier today, you pointed out the big scandal right now about Elon in video games. He pretended to be like one of the best players in the world in this particular video game, and he sort of gave up the game when I guess he played publicly, and pro players of that game were like, "You don't know what the fuck you're doing."
Is that how this happened, the
I think so.
spiral? I
Yeah.
didn't follow it close
Yeah,
enough
I think
I just
so.
was aware of it happening.
Yeah, so they realize like, holy shit, you have no idea what you're doing, and so the allegation is like he pays somebody to make it so that he looks like he's one of the top in the world.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why you would then show everybody how bad you are at the game, but he did no idea what he was
What's the
doing.
matter,
Everybody was
man?
making
You
fun
got
of him.
enough
I love
money,
seeing
right?
these gamers, these Johnny Come Lately gamers. Now, hey, this guy might be a fraud.
I know.
So, oh, you don't say. The thing that we've been fucking saying for years and years and years. There's been evidence for so long. That Thunderfoot YouTuber guy, he did a whole series on here's all the scams and the frauds that Elon Musk was involved in, and like this is not a good guy, man. This guy's really bad.
Yeah.
And so now they're, oh shit, he lied about video games. Clearly he's a bullshit artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And so him and Asmongold are now
It's funny.
feuding because Asmongold.
It's
Yeah,
funny. It takes
it is funny.
it takes video games to get people to realize that he's just kind of a carpetbagger. Yeah.
That's what exposed him, and not like the shitty Cybertruck builds or the fucking stupid tunnel.
Or the
Which,
no hyper.
when you really dig into it, it's like that's a fucking death trap, man. Yeah, no, it's like, but like even what he presented there in Vegas, it was like just a very claustrophobic, narrow tunnel that you were driving a car through.
Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. We
got off topic.
It's been clear. It's been clear.
He's shown to be a fraudulent gamer, but that is what Elon wasn't able to successfully fake game. Now let that shit fucking sink in, baby.
Yeah, because
he was not able to fake playing a game.
Well, because at the end of the day, money can't buy you like the actual
talent
skills or
skills.
The requirement of like playing a game for like hours. That it's
basically
to like, get good at it.
Yeah.
It's like just because you got money doesn't make you fucking good at everything. You piece of shit.
Felt like he had to cover it because this is right in his wheelhouse, and he only did like a 3 minute and 30-second video, like mildly critiquing Elon, but that was enough for Elon to nuke this guy into orbit and take away his verification check, and so now like it's
free speech
guy.
We have to see the breakup, right? Trump is gonna break up with Elon eventually. Yeah, right. Elon is so humiliating. He's so embarrassing. He's so annoying.
Yeah, fuck.
He just got a fucking office in Mar-a-Lago. If you're Trump, you got to be like, all right, homie. Well, what are we doing here? But don't you have some rockets to go fucking launch or some shit?
The news was he got office space in the White House.
Was it the White House? I thought it was Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
is that what they're calling it these days? Is that what they're calling when you live with your partner? That you give them an office?
I thought when you shot a rocket up and it explodes, it's called a firework.
Executive office building across the street from the White House.
That's even worse.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so
I don't know if the breakup's coming. I mean, maybe eventually, but I don't know. I don't know. I think Trump is captured by the alleged genius of Elon Musk.
Yeah, but what happens if? So let's say I'll game it out for you. Let's say Trump takes some policy advice from Elon and acts on it.
Well, who's daddy though? Like, because I'm confused. Like, who's bottom? Who's bottom in this situation?
You know what's funny?
Or what do they say? Like, who's the catcher or something? Is that what they say?
Yeah. There's a catcher. Yeah. There's a pitcher and a catcher.
I wonder who's catcher.
I think
maybe he's got a thing for like old balls,
Well, I did catch because it just like auto plays all the time, but Pac-Man or no, not Pac-Man. No, I'm sorry. It was Pac-Man. It was Pac-Man or BTC did an interview with this guy, an old Fox guy, and within like the first couple of seconds, they were talking. He was talking about something along them lines, and about. I've lost my train of thought on it. I'm sorry, brother, but like it was something along them lines about what we were just talking about. And he essentially said that same exact thing.
Which that they've got like a little relationship thing going on. Like,
yeah,
is that what you're saying? Like
yeah,
they're gay for each other. They're totally gay for each other.
Well, not so much that, but just like that. They're like there's this like weird dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because he's so much more rich than Trump. And
right.
So,
yeah.
But Trump has more power, like raw power. So there's like this, like, well, you owe me, but you owe me. And so it's like a tug of war of like
Yes.
You've got all the money, but you've got all the power, and so we just got to tug each other's.
It's like a whale and a barnacle situation. You know what I mean? It's like a parasitic thing going.
Yeah. Leeches. They're both fucking leeches, is what they are.
And then that policy colossally backfires, as it will, because Elon is a fucking idiot. What's he gonna do? Is Trump gonna own it? Yeah, I fucked that up. Or is he gonna be like, this was Elon. He did it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I just see I think he has found Elon to be very useful because not only, so like in this H-1B fight, right? Trump had already changed his position on H-1B a while ago. Like this cake was already baked. He talked about it on the All In podcast while he was running, and nobody just really paid all that much attention. And so he had already shifted his position. But guess what? With Elon out there taking all the heat and all the fire for him, like he escapes really any scrutiny. He gets to do the thing that you know, the Republican MAGA cultists love to do, which is, oh, it's not Trump's fault. It's this person who influenced him. It's that bad actor around him, et cetera, et cetera. So they get to blame Elon, and they don't have any smoke for Trump whatsoever. So that's convenient for him.
More of like a chaos agent too, in a sense of like, you know, it's just like starts all these little fires of nonsense, you know, like this. It's like it's gaming stuff that he's involved in, but it's like this uproar about him. It's like, who gives a fuck? It's a gaming shit. Like, why does this matter to anybody outside of the gaming community? Other than he's just like, it's not like World of Warcraft has been around for fucking ever, and there's been rich people that have been buying characters forever and a day that suck at playing the game. It's not a new concept.
Because there's so many more people that are gamers and know like what, you know, gaming community is like pretty big, you know what I mean, and it's diverse. A lot of people like to play games, you know, it's a good way to blow off steam. But then when you see Elon, who has went on these shows and got his meat glazed by Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman and so on and so forth. And they're like, oh, you know, you're on another level of humanity or thinking. You're some sort of genius because of like how excellent you are at playing these games. But then when you see him play the game live and you instantly know, because if you're a gamer, you know he has no clue what he's doing. You know he's lying to you. And it you know what I mean? And and he's telling you he's lying to you straight to your face. Like, oh, I don't know what the good items are, even though I'm decked out in God tier weapons and armor and you know, equipped with all the best shit. And dude's like, oh, it's only a level 62. Well, it's like, that's the cap, homie. You know, do you know what a level cap is on an item? Or it's got these things on them. No, those are called modifiers, and each one like does stuff, like modifies something, you know, on you. Like intelligence will modify like your spells and you yada yada. Let's not get deep, but like gamers do. But if these gamers had the same political savvy or say engineering savvy or like rocket science savvy, they would know he doesn't know fucking nothing, man. Like he's a fraud. He doesn't know shit. He's exactly like Trump. He comes along, he slaps his fucking name on shit, and he takes credit for it.
Right.
That's what he does. What does that dude say? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Elon. Let me see you do some smart stuff, dude. Because like all I've seen you do has come in like completely backfire, bro. Like when you threw the brick at the window on your fucking Cybertruck and it broke.
All right, let's get into let's continue on, see what they got.
Elon obviously gave him a tremendous amount of money. Elon understands that Trump is very easily manipulated. And so if you are in the room with him, you have a very good chance of getting your way, etc. And so that's why he's posted up at Mar-a-Lago. That's why he's now going to post up at the White House. And so, I mean, I suspect at some point they'll have a falling out, but I think that's a long way off because both of them have an incentive to keep this thing going. Not so much, I mean, Twitter's been tremendously beneficial to Donald Trump. He doesn't want to get rid of that platform. And if Elon ends up like buying TikTok, then he's going to be even more influential and have even more of his own power base that can be leveraged on behalf of Donald Trump. So I don't know. I don't see the breakup coming as imminently as some people do.
You can only name the people who survived from the Trump first term to the second term. You can put them on one hand. Right? Like there were 300 people who were, yeah, MAGA. Look, all of them. Reince Priebus, Jeff Sessions. I mean, the list goes on and on of these people who were like, I'm a stalwart soldier for you, sir. And then when it got inconvenient, Mick Mulvaney, all these people, throw them under the bus, throw them under the bus, throw them under the bus. That's what he does. And then the other thing is, on the H-1B fight, they happen to agree.
Skip ahead to the Sam Harris stuff, though.
There are areas where they disagree, where Trump's instincts are better. So Sam Harris,
Here we go.
while we're talking about this. So Elon's, involved in a whole bunch of scandals at the moment.
Here we go.
So Sam Harris went on Bill Maher's horrible podcast.
Club Random.
Club Random. Just, God, that podcast is terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Bill Maher loves Sam Harris. Sam Harris loves Bill Maher.
The same one.
We got pulled up.
What?
Yeah, it's the same one we got pulled up.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, it's the other one with Bill Maher. Yeah, that's it.
But side note, tangent. I gotta ask you about it because I saw it a couple weeks ago and it was cringy as fuck. Did you see this? Bill Maher. Like he was interviewing like 12, 13-year-old kids, and he was like asking them about like trans stuff and like their sexuality and shit. Have you seen that?
Dude, I don't know.
Oh my god, we'll have to do a show on that.
That sounds. I just got secondhand cringe so fucking hard from that, bro.
Dude. I feel like he was.
What is it?
Like,
He's so
like he was
woke.
drunk.
He's got woke brain, dude. He's got woke derangement syndrome, bro. Like the woke.
Sure.
Bro. He's got the woke mind virus in reverse or something.
You should see that. Like
he's insane, dude.
It was kind of gross, but anyway.
Bills fall on off, dude. Like I don't know how it's falling off hard, bro.
We'll check that out on
We're gonna watch it here in a second.
And Sam Harris, even though he's not a guy I like even slightly, I do respect the fact that he has not been quiet about the idiocy of what used to be called the intellectual dark web.
Yeah.
Like he in his mind, he thought this intellectual dark web is, we're people who are truth tellers and we don't care about the backlash to it, and we're gaining a following by like taking bold, brave stands. That's what was his conception of it. What ultimately became is a bunch of MAGA hacks who ride Trump's cock on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The Joe Rogans of the world, the Dave Rubins of the world, the Ben Shapiro's of the
And
world.
pretend like that's somehow like brave truth
I'm
telling.
so brave. By siding with
That's
the richest
right,
man in the world and our bloated fascist president, right?
Yeah.
So he's out of falling out with like virtually all those guys, which I respect. For him to stand up and be like, you guys are kind of crazy.
Sam Harris.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the breakup, I think happened over COVID.
He did fall off.
Kind of a...
And Trump.
Sam Harris, dude.
Because, Sam's whole thing was like...
Yeah, he did.
Yes, we must criticize wokeness and criticize it relentlessly, but we also must criticize the right-wing analog to that, which is MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
So his thing was like sort of give equal criticism of wokeness and MAGA. And, people like Joe Rogan and Dave Rubin, it's shit on wokeness 24/7 and suck off MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big falling out over that. So Sam Harris goes on Bill Maher's podcast, and the topic of Elon Musk comes up, and he says some critical things, nothing over the top, nothing too crazy, but Elon Musk, as Steve Bannon points out, has the emotional maturity of an 11-year-old boy, so of course he melts down and starts rage tweeting at Sam Harris. And so Sam Harris decides, okay, bitch, you want to play this game? I'm gonna go ahead and drop the content nuke about how fucking stupid you are. So they used to be close, they used to be friends, they used to talk on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Harris drops this article since Elon was coming after him, and he's like, all right, I'll tell everybody the backstory. How about that? You ready? So he says the following. Elon and I didn't converge on a common view of epidemiology.
Rich guy and rich guy crime.
Yeah, here we go.
Discussion for 2 hours. But we hit upon a fun compromise. A wager. Elon bet me $1 million to be given to charity against a bottle of fancy tequila, just worth $1,000, that we wouldn't see as many
$1 million versus
as
1,000.
35,000.
Hold on, pause it.
Okay.
Take it back just like a couple seconds. All right, now just to cue it up. Now I want everybody to pay attention here, okay? This is the most important part. These two rich dudes were having a little argument amongst each other about COVID, okay? And so they're like, the way we're going to solve it is we're going to make this bet about how many people die or how many people get sick. Like, think about that. They were betting on how many people would die.
Right. Like what the death toll, what the loss of life would be from it.
Right. Now, it doesn't matter that Sam Harris happens to be on the right side of this to a degree, because he's like, hey, we should take this seriously. We should trust science, which I fully fucking agree with Sam Harris on this.
Yeah.
Elon was like, that stuff's lame, bro.
That's woke, bro. You
shouldn't be
the mind
woke,
virus.
bro. You know, viruses are woke, bro.
Viruses only affect the woke part of your mind.
The woke mind virus.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Thank you.
Okay. We're going back.
Elon bet me $1 million to be given to charity against a bottle of fancy tequila, just worth $1,000, that we wouldn't see as many as 35,000 cases of COVID in the United States. Cases, not even deaths. Cases, not deaths.
That's so dumb.
The terms of the bet reflected what was, in his
okay,
estimation,
just
the near
cases.
certainty that he was right.
Oh my God.
Having already heard credible estimates that there could
All
be
right.
1 million
Still
deaths from COVID in
implies
the
that
U.S.
there's
over the next
like
12 to
a
18 months.
shitload of deaths.
There's
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the black pig, it's only killed, 10 people in the first day.
Still,
It's gonna go away like a dream in the spring.
Wouldn't it be nice though, bro, to like or I mean, I don't know, is it nice, but like just the fact that like they were sitting around just kind of like pontificating and betting $1 million or $1,000 bottle of tequila, like most motherfuckers I know. We wouldn't pay $1,000 for tequila because it's like, dude, I need, I'm trying
It's
to eat
obscene,
for the
man. You
next
could buy a
week.
whole fucking cart of tequila for $1,000.
So, it's just like just the nature of like, let's bet all this fucking money on like how many people are gonna get, how many cases.
How many people do you think are gonna die in those wildfires in California? You want to bet on it?
But
like, put it in a different. Hey, how many people do you think are gonna die when that ferry went? We saw it's breaking up in the harbor. How many people do you think will die there? Let's make it bet real quick.
Is that something that's on Polymarket? Or do they do that from the Jank House? The Jank House.
Look, it's fine if we make the bet to a charity. But we still get to drink the tequila.
Yeah, but
estimates proved to be fairly accurate. I thought the terms of the bet ridiculous and quite unfair to Elon. I offered to spot him 2 orders of magnitude. I was confident that we'd soon have 3.5 million cases of COVID in the U.S. Elon accused me of having lost my mind and insisted that we stick with a ceiling of 35,000. We communicated sporadically by text over the next couple of weeks while the number of reported cases grew. Ominously, Elon dismissed the next batch of data reported by the CDC as merely presumptive, while confirmed cases of COVID on his account remained elusive. A few weeks later, when the CDC website finally reported 35,000 deaths from COVID in the U.S. and 600,000 cases, he sent Elon a text basically being like, told you. Elon didn't respond to him and then proceeded over the next few weeks to go on Twitter and start like randomly spurging out at him and like, trying to throw him under the bus and smear him. right?
You hurt my
Guys,
feelings
this is
when I
who
did
this
something
man
dumb
is.
and you said
I'll
I
say it
did
again.
something
I know I told you 1,000
dumb.
times. I'll tell.
Dark MAGA got all snowflaked out
He got
about being wrong.
all in his fifis, bro.
But
He was
hey,
like,
at least, like, wasn't didn't Trump say that we'd have, like, when we had like 15 cases, we'd soon be to zero?
see, Elon sat on a powerful light source and it entered the body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least Elon had
He's got
a,
that powerful technology.
he guessed a little bit more than like what Trump did. Trump was horrible. He
I
thought
mean,
we
obviously, I'm joking around because it's just so disturbing, and that's my coping mechanism. But obviously, Trump did a horrific job. It's so bad that he caught the damn virus himself. Matter of fact, he essentially killed. I can't remember his name. Um, he killed somebody. He went to something while Trump had COVID, spread COVID around at this event, and like killed this guy. He ran for office. He ran for president. I can't remember his name because obviously he died like a decade ago or whatever. But that's the guy Trump is, man. Like he didn't take it seriously. He always was like, it's gonna go away. And like it just shows like these people didn't know, didn't care, didn't take
yeah,
it serious, like so to the point where they're making these stupid fucking bets on
right.
like cases. It doesn't matter if it's cases or deaths or whatever. It's fucking deplorable, bro. And it just makes the case as to these fucking people have way too much money, bro. If
Exactly.
they can be throwing their money away on $1,000 bottles of tequila and $1 million donations to charity, which, while good in nature, is still fucking disgusting in the true context because they're just like, I'm so rich. The way I lose the bet and be like, you're a loser is I give money to charity. That
Right.
I get the write off for a tax write, I
Right.
said eventually get the write off as a tax write off, and
Right.
then I look like a good guy, but really I'm like, I got to pay these damn poors
Right.
somehow.
Because you
I
guys kept
lost.
dying.
Yeah.
You guys kept getting fucking sick.
You kept dying following our advice.
I know, dude.
Don't get vaccinated, don't get whatever. And they're still making the case that people are gonna be keeling over from the fucking vaccine. Okay.
Hey, how many cases of uh like, I wonder how many cases of like uncontrolled magnetism there's been, like, in the hospitals from the vaccine. Because you would
Where
think,
people
like,
are
if
sticking spoons to themselves.
yeah, you would think, like, if you got vaccinated and you became like magnetized, that, like, when you'd be walking, like, you'd have just,
Or the
metal
chips. Remember
fibers
they
all
put
over
the
you.
chips inside the vaccine
Yeah,
and
that's
the 5G when it
right.
got
They
activated
did.
on your cell phone would turn on the chip, which would then alter your DNA. Yeah, the
Yeah.
conspiracy people, they're all nuts, man. Like they were eating horse paste for like getting rid of like worms when you're like drinking untreated water or like eating grass that's got like you know insect poop and parasites all over it. Or it's like, and they're getting like, then they're like crapping their pants uncontrollably because like that's what that stuff does to you. And then they're like,
The
you guys are
ivermectin
dumb
shit.
for not doing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It makes you
yeah.
shit yourself.
Oh my God, my buddy, he worked at a farm supply shop,
Okay.
and we don't need to go no deeper than that, but like they had to put signs up, and be like, this is for cattle and horses and stuff,
Yeah, not
we
not
need these
human.
for the farmers, but the people would come in and buy like these big ass things with the paste, but then, they'd have to call out for work because they would like you shit your pants for like a week.
Getting rid
You
of all
just
those
like,
parasites,
yeah,
huh?
just getting rid of all the parasites. Now, like some people take it for, other diseases. I think it has something like lupus. I think
Sure.
it does something, but like
Yeah.
a lot of like aspirin does, it helps with more than just headaches. It helps with swelling and stuff like that, like a lot of things. It can help with asthma because it makes your blood vessels
Yeah.
dilate or whatever, I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the level that Elon Musk, like, for being a genius, and him not understanding that like a virologist has a level of expertise that he should respect because he is a supposed like EV engineer and a fucking rocket scientist. So he should like understand through just like understanding the sciences and like mathematics and like the theory of like like these people are specialized, and when you have a specialist you listen to them. So like when your doctor says don't take ivermectin, go get the vaccine, and you're like, no, I don't want the vaccine, I'll get autism. Well, it's like you can't develop autism after you've been born, fool. What's wrong with you? And if you're 47, 50, you're not going to give
You
your kids
definitely.
any autism because you ain't having no more kids, homie. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
How many doctors have to tell you that
Just not
vaccines
how it
don't
works, man.
cause fucking autism?
Autism just
Your
doesn't.
that plastic bottle on the table probably is doing more cause
Damage to, yeah.
autism
Yeah.
than the vaccine that's like actively keeping you safe from a deadly disease. The people have lost their minds. The age of facts is dead. That's why we're vibes on
It's
this channel.
we're
Vibes only,
postmodern.
baby.
We're postmodern country here.
Postmodern vibe. It's all feeling, baby.
It's all
And I'm
feeling, baby.
feeling hot because the
It's
dumpster
all vibing.
files are all over.
We do. We're fucking. We are 2 days away from the Christo fascist MAGA utopia, dude. It is like the suburbs are coming back, baby. Everybody's gonna be able to eat a
We're all
fucking
gonna
cow,
be
a
heading
cow a
down to the
day.
mall.
There's gonna be government sanctioned fucking ribeyes.
Steak every day
Um,
and eggs. Steak and eggs every day.
yeah,
And we're
baby,
gonna be
it's
able to
we're back.
buy houses like we used to.
We're
And
back, baby.
dad's gonna work. And moms are gonna be in the kitchens again, whipping up cakes and
I don't know if
uh
Republicans can figure
yeah.
out like what the fuck they're doing.
Well, Republicans can't govern.
That's for sure. It's
They
good.
can't
This
govern.
that's for sure.
If we were in a fact-based world, I would point to that every single time that there is a Republican as president, we have lost jobs, our economies have collapsed, and people were worse off than they were at the beginning of those administrations. And then the fucking Democrats, like the good stewards of fucking governorship they are for all their flaws, come in and clean the shit up, get shit back on track, and take a load of crap from these fuckers in the face every time and made to look like it was their fault because the recovery ain't fucking fast enough. Well, guess what? The only reason we're in the recovery is because of you
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
because you
Okay?
fucked it all up in the first place.
I'm sorry that I can't clean up your mess as
Fast
fast
enough.
as you would like.
Right? Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck your yes. That's why the Democrats are
Isn't that
50 fucking years past being fucking done with this shit, bro. We're over it. This is the FOFA era, bro. You're
yeah
finding out. You're gonna find out right now. We are not playing around no more. Politically, we are
yeah
fucking coming for you. We're gonna fucking win, and we're gonna be throwing the message out. We're gonna show how weak and weird these fucking people are, man. How weird they are because they vote against and they represent everything that's anathema to the working class. And we're fighting for the working class, not oligarchs. Even though I bent the knee, I did bend the knee the other day in a short.
I couldn't
You are a big
believe you
donor.
gave that oligarch billionaire such a great belly rub. That's crazy,
I'm
dude.
I'm sorry, guys,
You didn't deserve that.
but
We didn't deserve to witness that, dude. You back up with
it
that
was
shit. It's
like
fucked up.
my idol Pete Hegseth said, anonymous smears.
Anonymous smears. My mom is
Anonymous
an anonymous smear.
anonymous smears.
Fuck. I don't know who my mom is. Who
Hey
is my
guys,
mom?
go like and subscribe to Anonymous Smears because they've put so much dirt out on fucking Pete Hegseth. Like, we should throw some subs their way or whatever.
Wait, he said that there was a consensual interaction between them. Is he calling himself anonymous? Like
He's anonymous.
how can we
He smeared
believe
himself.
someone that who his own statement, he says that's an anonymous statement. Fuck
Pete
off.
Hegseth, if you don't know, is a Fox
D-
News guy
DEI
who,
hire.
no, it's DUI
Oh,
hire.
that it's
He's
both, I guess.
a nominee for Secretary of Defense, which is really, not a very critical. It's like a coffee boy.
Perfect for fake news media
Yeah,
uh,
a
uh,
propagandist.
base, or what do they call them? What do they call them? What does the MAGA call them? Like news talking head.
Oh
What do
God.
they call them?
He's basically just a Trump meat glazer who would like
Make
never
it.
say anything bad about Trump. And Trump's like, I like the look of that guy. He looks tough. And guess what? He was in the military. And you know what? Military, good looking Secretary of Defense. that that's his thought process, man.
Yeah.
Because he's like, how loyal was he to me? He licked my boots pretty good. Hey, you know what? He looks like he was sent from Central Casting, big strong guy.
But
And
how
he
is it?
says, "Sir." Sorry.
How is it though? How is it? Donald Trump said himself back in like June of 24 that like nobody should trust Fox News, not even himself. He said that.
You were talking bad about me, then
How
engaged. All right.
how can you hire someone from a company that you don't trust?
Even JP Mandel said I was America's Hitler, but now he's my vice president.
Didn't
Lindsey
didn't
Graham once said, if we vote for Donald Trump, it would be all our fault and we would deserve it. And now he's a Trumper. Shines my shoes. Little Lindsay.
are we talking about are you talking about JP?
JP Mandel, also known as JD Vance. JP Mandel. Trump couldn't even remember his name, dude. Was at a rally to endorse Mofo and like called out somebody else. It's like a couple shows back. It's like Trump just like you have to have some sort of corporation, and in Trump's brain, if you have a corporation, it's named after you. So like if you're You work for John Deere and your name is Cindy. You're Cindy Deere. Tim
Tim
Apple.
Apple.
Mark Mark Meta.
No, oh god. Oh god.
Elon Tesla.
Elon SpaceX. Elon X. Elon X. Is it Elon X?
I just sounded like his fucking rocket exploding right there, dude.
Oh god.
Oh my god, dude! People thought like fucking Thanos and Doctor Strange were throwing down in the sky earlier. Did you see the video of that?
No, I didn't see it.
Dude, Jamie, pull up the video. No.
Pull that fucking video up, dude.
So this is pretty ghoulish. To go back to what we were talking about, it's pretty ghoulish that old Sam Harris and Elon Musk were just making death bets.
Yeah.
Not death threats, death bets.
No, it's just like, you know, $1,000 bottles of booze, $1 million, whatever. Who cares? How many people you think are gonna die, dude? Come on. I mean, I know they said that it was like they were betting on cases, but
how many think it's gonna die in that? The tsunami that happened. It's going on right now.
But I think the main takeaways from the story for me is one, what we were just talking about, just like the nature of like having so much money that you bet on, just like how many people are gonna get virus, get sick and die, possibly die.
Right.
And then the other part of it is like the fact that Elon was wrong, and then he started like censoring and like, sort of deplatforming, canceling
Sam
people, because of it, and other people. It just goes to show you that the guy is like a total fucking hack. Yeah, he don't really care about free speech. Like, who the fuck is he to for all the talk from MAGA about immigrants and like, immigrants don't, or I heard, I think we talked about it briefly on another show, but the PBD incident where he was describing and he said something about our founding fathers. PBD's from Iran. He's an immigrant from Iran. Right. He's a MAGA guy. Well, when he said that, MAGA freaked out on him, and they were basically what they said to him.
Not your like, founding fathers.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, where is MAGA in regards to Elon? Because he's not from America.
He's an African.
He's South African. So,
yeah.
When he talks about this kind of stuff, free speech and what should be and what blah, 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 like, where is MAGA being like, dude, you're an immigrant. You don't have really any say about what.
His founding fathers were apartheid people.
Yeah. So it's just interesting.
Which an apartheid is like when a tiny minority of people, like culturally and ethnically, subjugate a larger population of people,
right?
Usually by taking over their country and then occupying it.
Yeah, right. So,
yes,
those are the main takeaways from me on it. But should we check out the Bill Maher?
Oh yeah, let's hear his smarmy mouth.
Maybe while we watch that, maybe behind the scenes I can pull up that video I was talking about. We could watch it. It's cringe as fuck, dude.
Oh, let's do it. Bill Maher.
I hear you all the time on Musk, and that I find in a way kind of sad that two such smart guys are so at this, and I understand why you feel the way you feel, and I don't even disagree. I mean, when you say things like, why is he always high-fiving the worst sort of
Pizzagate lunatics and QAnon people and anti-Semites, and
I mean, there's a lot of just true about something that is not really true.
Right.
And also, I think I said it just on the last podcast. I did hear that he went back on his word. He said he was going to take over Twitter, which was completely and way too far left, and be it a place for the middle ground. And he didn't. He just completely inverted it.
Right.
And now it's fully for the right.
Yeah.
And that's no good either. And it's doubly bad because now the leftists have decamped for blue sky. So we're
Right.
even more in our bubbles. So we
Yeah.
didn't do well
No.
there. But am I upset that a guy like that is going to try to somehow give this country the colonic it needs about our bureaucracy and how many programs go on that we don't need and keep going, and there's never an end to mission creep and nothing ever dies in government, all that kind of stuff? No, I'm not. I mean, I'd like to see what's going to happen. Again, not going to pre-hate.
Right.
And when he attacked the F-35, as he did recently, I was very impressed because I thought, oh yeah, not the Pentagon. They're not going to go after the Pentagon. First thing he said was, we don't need the F-35.
Right.
So, that brain in the administration, versus Trump's brain, I'm not sure it's going to be a bad thing. But I don't know. They also could blow up the world on day two. The two of them could just completely,
Yeah.
Musk, I've always said I thought he was crazy to want to go to
Smoking a
Mars.
doobie
That,
there? Is that a doobie?
Fuck yeah, it is.
you
can
could
see
not rat
the
fuck
cheek in
the
there.
atmosphere of the Earth so badly that it would be
That's
worse
just-
than
that's-
Mars.
yeah,
So what are
exactly,
we kidding
yeah.
ourselves for?
Right.
And also the population thing, like let more babies,
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
So many babies that we name them after fonts and passwords and yeah.
yeah, now we,
That was actually pretty. That was pretty fucking good, dude. Whoa.
That was a nice little dig, dude.
That was funny. That was fucking funny.
Is Elon gonna make it cheaper to have kids?
Is that
He wants everybody to have
Is
kids.
that the egg prices they were actually talking about?
Bill Maher's in favor of this, like, wanting to increase the birth rate stuff here.
Look at his goofy ass right there too.
So fucking
The woke, man. When they start talking
what-
about the woke, I'm just like,
Where's the 13-year-old kids I can talk about trans issues with?
oh my god, how inappropriate, bro.
I know, dude. You wait till you see this shit. It is fucking cringe, bro. Straight cringe, man.
I'm already cringing.
All right.
now we know what he does when the Tesla is charging. But I mean, for a guy who brought us electric cars, SpaceX,
We had
Starlink,
electric cars. We had satellites.
And like,
We had
SpaceX,
rockets.
okay, dude. But like, NASA been doing shit for like, if we would have,
They inherited most of that shit, bro.
I wonder if we would have took all the money that we gave Elon and his fucking SpaceX, and we would have fucking taken it to NASA. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I crunched the numbers, but like, I just we've given them so much money, dude.
NASA actually generated shitloads of money. Like, think about it, like Velcro, like all these things
kinds of
that,
shit.
like all the stuff, hella inventions and like innovations and like engines and you name it, bro. You name it, robotics.
Cordless drills.
Yeah, man.
All
Like
that shit, man. Material sciences.
NASA
like,
could
out
have
the
paid
wazoo.
for itself 1,000 times over, but politicians siphoned that fucking money away and stopped the science, stopped the progress to fund other bullshit.
I mean, I'm not saying like, there might be cases where we want private industry to do something for us,
Sure.
but I don't know. Like,
I don't know why we abdicated
I don't know why
our
we have to try to
superiority in space when it's like literally the next thing that we need to, not master, because you can't master things like that, but like, we have a lot of room around out in our solar system that we could we could theoretically populate and take, and use, for whatever, like alleviate like a lot of need on the planet.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on the planet. Like we could have a lot of people on like the moon. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we can't because we should use the money to, get dick pills, medicine,
Or
and do stuff
allow
like that.
allow one man to have like 240 some $billion or 400,
I mean,
whatever
he's
the
got
fuck it is
400
now.
and something
Yeah.
now, man. I mean, he's probably he's trying to become the world's first trillionaire, which is just like, that's more than a lot of like countries have. Like, think how obscene that is.
Oh, it's silly, dude. I mean, no, I mean,
So
just
immoral, dude.
you go up to any random Joe and you tell him like to think about a billion of anything, even if it's, I don't know, whatever, dude. Think of anything, just some fucking random item on your desk right there. Think of a billion of them, dude. It's almost unfathomable to think about. And he's got
And then he
400
wants a
some.
trillion.
He's
Yeah,
got
and he wants to
400 and
have
some
$1 trillion, dude.
of those, dude. Like, I was actually thinking about it earlier. I wonder, and I'm sure that people, I've seen something like it, but like if you could measure, I don't know, like however much dollars a stack of $100 bills was, that equaled like a foot, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Like, you could. It's like how far it would stack out. Like, I think it would go quite a ways.
It would be silly, dude, to think about. I don't
It's
understand
like
why one person needs
they
that
were
much money.
measuring it like in a certain distance to like the moon, because it was that high. You know,
Well,
no,
it's
there's
just silly,
absolutely
dude.
there's no need for this. Well, and I don't know if you caught Biden's farewell address. He came out and said that we're entering into an oligarchy, and then in searches, the search engines like picked up that people were searching what that was because they had no idea like what an oligarchy is. No hate, like it's kind of an obscure word and people
Sure.
aren't used to it because
Yeah.
um well, didn't have to worry about it. Well, some people didn't have to worry about it so much, but now it's obvious. Joe Biden stated the obvious, and he has nothing to lose because he's fucking 2 days
No.
out. He's 2 days away.
Yeah.
He's done. And if I was him, I would wash my hands of it and enjoy the last of my time, man. Like, just hope Trump don't fucking send SEAL Team 6 for you or some shit,
Do you
because
think
like
do you
who
think they're
fucking
going to?
knows? Like if we want to like go into the spirit of Elon Musk and Sam Harris, like I could bet you like one Kit Kat that I honestly don't know, but I think that Trump might actually. I don't know. I thought about that he might actually have like a Biden arrested,
I don't think
like
he'll do
after
it.
he's sworn in. Like I don't really think he would, but I don't know, man.
I think it'll be like Hillary. He talked about locking her up all that time. Never fucking did. I mean, I guess in this case, he at least has some sort of,
He's
at
got
least
nothing
in
to
this
lose, man.
scenario, Biden was actually president and sort of have the plausibility of being behind it, whereas Hillary didn't have such stuff going on.
Right.
I don't know. I think they talk a lot of fucking shit and they're really loud about it. But I think at the end of the day, they're a bunch of fucking idiots too. And like when you are around a bunch of fucking sharks, you never know who the fuck is gonna eat you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
And
it's
shark
a cause
and
for a
Trump's
lot
now
of
got a
like
big shark
confusion
by
and
him.
chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's like, who's the shark, Musk or Trump? You know what I mean? We were talking about that earlier in the show. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, and that reminds me of what I couldn't remember. I got off track. But that Fox guy, right after the election, said that people viewed the Democratic Party as the quote unquote mommy party and the Republican Party as the daddy party. And I was like, what does that even mean?
Wait. Who said
I
this?
think it was. I think this was. I think this was. I think it was on Brian Tyler Cohen. It
Okay.
was. I believe it was like 1 or 2 days after the election. Right, was done.
Okay.
He had on a former Fox News person, a guy, dark hair, mid 40s or something, and they had a long discussion. But like within the first couple minutes, like he says this, right? And I kind of took exception because it's like he was implying, like, oh, like, daddy's home and he's gonna clean house and put everything right, everything, it's like all the kids, the Democrats were misbehaving or something,
Right. Right.
and then was saying like, oh, the Democrats were seen as the emotional and like accepting of um, different people as like the nurturing mommy party. It's kind of how I took it, and it's like, what?
Hmm. So weird. It's a
It
weird.
is weird. It's like some psychosemantic something or another.
No, psychoanalytic
There you go. Thank you. Not
or
semantic.
psychoanalysis or whatever.
All right.
Uh,
Kind of Freudian with this mommy daddy stuff too. It's like,
exactly. Yeah. Very,
what?
very like sort of like kink coded in a way.
Yeah.
I think they're like super. They're just like super focused on sexuality.
But it's also that, like the video I did too. It's like, why do they feel the need to call these people daddy? It's like there's something there. You know what I mean? It may not, like, I'm not saying it's a sexual thing, but it might be some sort of sexual subconscious thing, possibly. Like, or actually, you know what? Someone who is a trans person that I talked to the other day, who was talking to me about the video,
Mm-hmm.
agreed with a lot of it, especially like the grinder stuff, because it's like
Yeah.
that really happened, and like I guess that is, it is a discussion in the trans community on how how many of these people in the Republican Party are actually gay, and the way what they expressed to me was like, it's almost like when Trump talks about the evil from within. It's like these people are like not a part of their community, but they're like, but they are. It's like they hate themselves because they can't acknowledge like what they are. And I don't want to, I'm kind of paraphrasing or whatever, but like,
Sure.
it's like they're the most insidious part of that community. You know what I mean? Like they actively are against those people while being a part of their community, but like rejecting it while also be needing to be accepted by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a
It's really weird.
self-hating,
Yeah.
sort of like
Mm.
a self-hating sort of behavior where it's like I'm into the thing, I'm in the community, but
I will never
essentially
admit
like
it.
well,
Right.
essentially I think it just boils down to because of my religious views and what the implications are for my afterlife is what is that drives that. Because we know people, I think we've known people in our lives that uh, clearly uh, were gay.
Yeah.
But they were super religious and they couldn't sort of bring themselves to admit it. or be
Well, they're just
themselves.
not free to be themselves,
Exactly. Yeah.
and they're not allowed to be honest about themselves with the people closest to them. So then it makes it just causes like
Yeah.
a trauma, a never-ending trauma, and then it's like you have to deny that. And like when you're okay, I think you're a young man, you don't really have a political persuasion, uh, you're sexually attracted to men, but your family are Republican, and on top of that, they're Christian, Catholic, whatever. They
Mm-hmm.
don't in some religion that opposes, uh, homosexuality or whatever.
You're right.
You can't. You're afraid to come out. It's the typical. Whatever. You're afraid to come out because you don't want to get disowned by your family, cause problems with your family or whatever. And already that causes like disconnect between like who you are and who your identity and whatever. And I wanted to point out another thing that my friend said to me was uh I kind of skirted around it, but all the things with like that these guys are doing, like the dyeing their hair, getting the Botox, wearing the high heel boots, doing all those things to seem really manly. Those are gender affirming care procedures. Okay, they're affirming their gender as man.
Mm.
Okay, and that struck me. I was like, you know what? You are 100% right. You are 100% right. That is gender affirming care. When a man is dyeing their hair to appear younger, more virile, or getting hair implants to whatever. And when I'm not saying I support gender affirming care. Okay. But these guys would um, castigate people, deride people for these very same things, for people affirming their genders or what they believe themselves to be. But that's not okay for them, but it's okay for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay for the others, people, but it's okay for them. You
Right.
know, it's the hypocrisy never ends, man. It's always super hypocritical. Like, we don't care that Republicans happen to be gay. We care is that they're gay and then come out and say gays are bad. We got to protect our bathrooms from trans, or whatever.
um,
Protect them from what? Like,
isn't there a whole like group of gay Republicans that they have a name like the
the log
log
cabin
cabin
Republicans,
Republicans or
yeah,
something?
yeah,
And
yeah.
and now that really kind of when I think back about all the gay men that I've ever known, maybe not all of them, but I would say a majority of them have been Republican, been conservative, which is interesting.
I've known
Especially
a
those,
few, but
well,
not all of them that I've known.
especially the ones with money, I should say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. After you added that caveat, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, um, yeah, interesting.
Very
That's an that's
interesting.
a that's an interesting way of kind of putting that though. But
Yeah, it's not
hmm,
my point. I'm just
yeah, yeah, just kind of reiterating what there's something to
regurgitating
chew
a
on.
talking
Just
point.
just something to kind of chew on. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very. I thought it was very insightful.
Hmm.
Uh,
100%.
what else?
Well, the Boring Company, Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, there's got to be a way to, and he's not crazy. He was made crazy by the kid who became trans. That is what, more than anything,
Part of it,
has
yeah.
triggered him.
Yeah.
His daughter.
Wow. Elon
That
triggered.
was his son, now his
Triggered?
daughter.
Triggered? Really? I thought right wingers and MAGA don't get
They
triggered.
don't.
They're not triggered. They're not triggerable unless they're pulling the like AK or something trigger.
Yeah. And the border.
Going
You know,
Rittenhouse on
and
him.
What?
I said going Rittenhouse on him.
Yeah, yeah. Or any number of them, really.
and his concern about, I mean,
I think the border way less than
yeah,
the child.
yeah.
Okay.
I think he has a legitimate concern. So there are many people who think that he went all in for Trump purely for plutocratic reasons, like he saw an opportunity
No.
and he just wants more money. And we can talk about the money in a second, because I don't think people understand what wealth inequality is really like in this country. But and I do worry that the pitchforks are coming. I mean, I think this is just a crazy situation we're in. But we can table
You
that for a
think
second. He
one man that has 400 some $1 billion, you think that's a fucking crazy situation? And then another guy in the cabinet that's worth almost enough.
Not in his cabinet, though. He's not
Well,
even in
true.
his cabinet. He is unelected.
He's
And
a
he is
part of a.
unappointed.
I was thinking about this earlier.
A
Conservatives.
department, supposedly.
Yeah, I forgot that one of the principles of conservatism is to like reduce government,
Reduce
right?
government.
But yeah, we've got extra departments. We've
They're
got
starting another department.
Space Force departments. They're
they wanna
adding
get
more
rid of
regulation.
ones that-
They're doing more
right.
regulation, right? I heard the other day that they want to start regulating the food industry. I thought we were against regulating shit. I thought we were supposed to be getting rid of regulations. For every what was it? For every one regulation we do, we get rid of two.
No, for every regulation you do, you get rid of 3.
3. We're up to 3 now. Okay.
I think that's how it was.
In 2 weeks, we'll do that in 2 weeks, right? It'll be done.
And also Trump was like, he's taking. Yeah, never mind. Roll it. Too much.
He's,
Too much.
I think, genuinely worried about regulation and about the cold shoulder he got from the Biden administration, right? So he wants to get to Mars for reasons that you and I could certainly criticize, but it's true that he just has a different lane to work in with Trump than he would have with the Harris administration, right? And so that's rational. But no, I do think he just was radicalized the way many of us were around social justice issues.
I hear you all the time.
What? Like what though? What were many of us radicalized for social issues? What's he talking about?
I don't know. I wasn't radicalized for socialism. I was radicalized by bad policy, by horrible politicians.
Is he talking about trans stuff?
I guess people, I don't know, man. Like the only thing I ever hear anybody say about trans, they talk about sports,
yeah,
or they talk about bathrooms. Now, let me ask you something, Engaged. Like when you go into a public bathroom, say a men's room, right? You go into the stall and you're in there and you're taking a shit. Do you know who's sitting next to you in the other stall? Do you know, could you pick them out of a lineup? Or do you only really know what kind of shoes they're wearing? Right?
I mean, it's only in the like rare case that me and the guy or whoever, like me and the person that's in the bathroom at the time happened to go into the stalls at the same time.
At the same time, right.
But outside of that, yeah, I only see.
Say like you're in there,
I see their shoes.
You're going to the bathroom. Somebody walks in to the stall next to you.
I don't know.
You don't know who they could be a woman, right?
Could be.
It could be. No. Yep. If they just are in there and they start using the bathroom, are you afraid that something bad's gonna happen?
Not
or are
usually.
they just
No,
you're just gonna finish
I
your
usually just
business
like,
and go wash your hands and leave, right?
yeah. I mean, most of the time I'm like, "Ah, fuck, someone walked in. Now I can't really unleash like I really,
Right. And
like
I
I
think
really
that's
want to."
the most human response possible. I think we're all have been there, unless you've already done that once or
Nobody
twice,
wants
and
to.
it's like, I can't wait to waste no more time. Gotta
It's like
go.
we're all in there to like, we're either in there to take a shit or a piss for the most part, like
Exactly, man. And it's like, why
we
are
try to
we
get in,
trying to
try to get
take
out.
bathroom privileges away from somebody?
I
That's what
still
it's
want.
really coming down. It's like, why are you telling people they can't go into the bathroom to take a crap, man? Like, who are these Karens, bro? Like, what is wrong with these people? It's like, you don't want people to go and like, you know what? If you made all bathrooms just like unisex, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, just put stalls in, get rid of the urinals, all stalls from now on. You know what I mean? All stalls. Everybody just uses the
It's
bathroom.
but it's just it really is not a problem.
It's not a
It's
problem.
not a fucking problem. And
You
then
got a
like
kid and you need to go in the bathroom, take them into the stall with you. I've done it. We all done it. Nothing needs to be scary in a bathroom, man. Like we're all in there just
it
trying to
hasn't, dude.
go to the bathroom,
I've been alive
use
for
the
40
toilet.
fucking years, dude. I've never once like I don't know. I've just never like been scared of going to the bathroom in the public place. I mean,
Now, of
unless I'm
course, we
like,
are we are strong guys, strong
no, I mean,
men.
I get it, but
But
like,
yes,
it's not,
but it's not like a weird. It's not a weird thing to go into a bathroom,
but here's,
especially when you're in the public and there's lots of people around. Like it's not. You don't need to be afraid. Like, but the people that are harassing people in the bathroom, like that is not acceptable. Oh, I think you might be a man. You might be a woman. Like, hey, might need to mind your business.
uh,
Why are you waiting out here lurking, like trying to check a gender, trans, you're trying to transvestigate,
well, that's,
or
no,
something.
but that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I still want to understand from the MAGA, how are we going to police who's getting into the
Genitals.
bathroom? When, like, what is it going to require, like the increase in police task force or like a department
But
municipality departments that are going to man every fucking bathroom that's out there publicly? Who's going to do
we
it?
could do that. We could do that and waste all that money and time and stuff for an issue that's not a problem. Or Republicans just do what Tim Walz says and mind your damn business. Right? But we can't
Mhm.
we can't expect people to do something that's literally free and is a choice. Instead, we're gonna have to have like what like you said, is MAGA gonna post guards that check genitals on bathrooms? Like, do we have to go through and like do a like blood test so they can test our blood to see if we can,
Or
like
we
a
got we all got
diabetes that
we all got to walk around with papers on us
right, little symbols saying
showing
I got a
showing
blue check, that means I'm a boy. I got a blue check, and they got a pink check, that means they're a girl. And you can check my social media score on my phone through the oligarch app.
yeah, like Elon rates
Like China, you
rates
have a
me.
social media fucking score or some shit,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
I have an X score like
but none
that.
of that's weird to these people.
No,
None
it's
of
all
that's
we need
weird.
that. We
But
need
people
that.
being like, I'm just going in to use the bathroom and I may not have the clothes on you want me to have on. So you're throwing a fit. That's the fucking what it all boils down to, is these people wanting to be in control of people taking a shit. Or like
All of
what
it.
happens in a fucking, they just want to control people. And
They
you
need
know
a
what I got
daddy.
to say? Fuck off. Yeah, you can go get your daddy and do whatever the fuck you want. And we won't even shame you because we don't care.
Yeah, but
But just
I don't need your
stop
daddy.
fucking us over, man.
No, I don't need your daddy.
We're done with it. we don't want your daddy. We got our own fucking. I don't call my dad daddy. Never fucking called my dad daddy. What the fuck, man? Like,
Right.
I'm
Fucking
like
weird
dad,
fucks.
dad.
You're yeah.
Never,
Jeez.
daddy. Hey, daddy. Fuck what? He.
Da-
I think he would probably look at us and be like,
Daddy's gonna come home and
"What?"
set you straight.
He's gonna
Oof.
come on and say, "You're a bit of bad girl, Kamala Harris." What was
Oh,
that? Isn't that what Tucker said?
yeah. Cucker. Cucker Tarlson.
Now you want to talk about a weird guy. He was. Remember? Did you see that video where he was saying he was possessed by? He was being attacked in his sleep in his bed by demons.
Yeah, his
But
dogs.
the dude's got 5 fucking dogs in the bed with big ass
And
claws and shit.
he's like,
He's like, in my
got
sleep,
claw
I got
marks on my arm.
clawed.
It's like, dude, yeah,
So
your
it
fucking
couldn't have
dog.
been my dogs. It had to have been a demon.
That's like,
What?
fuck off, man.
And that guy was the guy at Fox News. Tucker Carlson talking
Unreal.
about
Unreal.
making up stories about demons when his dog, like, literally you could tell his giant huge 5 dogs like scratched the shit out of him in his sleep. Like,
Yeah.
what an idiot. What a schmuck, man.
Yeah, because I mean, he didn't say what kind of dogs they were. I don't think.
Oh, I
But
saw them in the video. Like, they
oh,
were huge.
okay. So
They were like big, one of
well,
those like mastiffs and
yeah. What I was
like
gonna say
big
is,
dogs,
you've seen
big
Taylor.
dogs.
Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor, the big
bigger than
dog.
that. Like,
And
Taylor was like the
she
size of a
scratched the
couple
fuck
of
out of me, dude. She scratched me real good, dude.
right? It
Like,
must have
they
been
can
a
do that.
demon, though.
They can fucking do that, and it doesn't.
Engaged, obviously, it was a demon, bro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, no. Take it from Tucker.
You know what's interesting though? From that clip, there was something that stuck out to me. The language he used, in regards to that situation. He said to the guy, um, that the whole demon thing or that whole situation wasn't something that he was used to in his world. He said something along those lines, and it was interesting to me because I thought, well, aren't you a Christian that
A
believes
Christian.
in, like, like Satan and demons and the whole, like, the evil side of the
He's just now
world?
coming to that, is what it was. It was all just performative before.
But was that his way of admitting that he's not really a Christian?
Religious, right?
Or is that like
He is now. That's why he was attacked by a demon. Is because he is a Christian now. After he got kicked out of Fox for the essay or whatever it was he did, or being racist, or I don't remember exactly what it was, so I don't know. All I know is he was fired or went on vacation permanently. Right.
he
And he's doing a podcast from his house now and he's going insane. But, like, I think he's religious now, whereas before he was being paid to do propaganda. So he was pushing right wing Christian, big C, MAGA Christianity, whatever that is. You know what I mean? I don't think that really actually. I don't think Jesus would be MAGA. You know what I mean? No
Yep.
conservative Jesus. Like,
Well, he
I'll
couldn't.
feed all you people with this one fish and this one loaf for $5.99 each.
No, dude, that's too
Five
cheap,
ninety
bro.
nine, 5 shekels.
It'd be like 100,000, and you'll get it like
Right.
8 months from now.
Oh, you're starving. The price just went up.
Yeah, but we haven't actually started producing
supply
any
and
of it.
demand. There's obviously more demand now. Yeah,
We gotta get parts from China. China.
Those damn Israelis, they're trying to take your jobs. Oh way, man. Yeah,
Well,
I don't. Yeah, the gymnastics that like the Republican Party and MAGA have to like jump through in their own heads, you know, like how they have to believe it's almost like a science experiment, you know, like they're almost like achieving like some sort of like thing that's beyond physics. It's like they're in two separate universes at the same time, and their brains have to like like try to be like Trump's not the president, but he really is the president, but Obama's the president, really. But actually, it's just James Woods pretending to be Biden, but ultimately, Trump won the election, even though he didn't.
right. It's
And
all
blah, blah,
it's
blah, blah.
all it's all
Like, how
crazy.
do you.
Yeah. Well, it's easy, dude. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. Michael Jackson talked about it. Remember?
Right.
It's
Sure.
it's just got the letters got numbers and the numbers got letters.
Did Did you, dude? I saw this the other day. They were out. It was like a man on the street, and they were like, "Excuse me, ma'am. What did you think when Biden said that when you're famous, you can grab women by their genitalia and they'll let you do it?" She's like,
Nice.
"Well, obviously, you know that's disgusting." And blah blah. And then he said something like, well, what do you think about when Biden said, I forget it was, she's like, well, obviously, you know, that's like, you know, the dementia, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, actually, it was a lady, and she's like, oh, you know what? Actually, I read that wrong. Those are actually Trump quotes. So Trump actually said, you know, that. What do you think about that? And she's like, well, you know, if Trump said it, then you know that's probably a good reason for it. Yada
Yeah.
yada. Like try
Yeah.
to, like
Uh-huh.
the thing where she was like, oh, obviously that Joe Biden dementia. She was like, oh well, you know, he's
It's
just
all
a
good.
deep thinker, and you know,
Yeah.
like he probably didn't mean it the way you just said it, or
Right. Context and stuff,
oh,
man.
it was the powerful light. It was like,
Oh
remember when
God.
Biden said you had to put the powerful light inside you to cure you of
Yeah.
COVID, and she's like,
He's
"Oh, well,
just
I
too
just think
old.
that's dementia."
Yeah, he old, man. He don't know what he's talking about. Oh, that was Trump said.
But
Oh
like,
well, yeah, he was trying to think of things. He was trying to think of the stuff to help.
right?
He's trying to help the
That's like
situation.
telling like two twins, like the oldest twin, that they're too old.
Yeah,
The other
right,
one's not.
right.
You know, I'm 6 minutes older than this one. Well,
Yeah,
he's way too old.
way too
It's like Trump's
old.
78, bro.
Yeah,
Someone the other day was I was fucking arguing on YouTube, and this guy was actually making an argument. He's like, you know, well, Biden's 82 now or whatever, but Trump's still gonna be rocking. He'll be 83 when he's done with this term. And I'm like, are you flexing? On 3 years, 2, 3 years, bro. It's like, really? Hey, guess what? He's gonna be the same age
right.
when he does the same thing that Biden just did. Fucking stupid,
Yeah,
man.
fuck off.
Oh, stupid. I don't get it.
Well, we'll see. We're gonna see what happens, man. Couple days, 2 more days,
2 days, bro.
and the MAGA utopia begins. It's gonna be fantastic.
Eggs immediately are gonna drop to 1995 price of like $1.92, or like gas
Mm.
is gonna go back down to 62 cents a gallon, and we're gonna have real V8
Nope.
gas guzzling engines back on the road.
Yep. No more illegals. They'll all be gone.
They'll be gone, so there'll be so many jobs available that you know women could get back in the kitchen, and just the men's will be working again. or something.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
that's one.
I don't think the oligarchs like that idea. Though they're like, no, 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 no. Everybody works, even the kids.
Yeah, like how's that gonna work? Like, I don't know if they thought about the math of that. You know, how's it gonna work if you get rid of all the immigrants? That's gonna open up a whole lot of jobs, but then like we're gonna make
No,
it so
no.
only one
We already
person
have
can
like not
work.
enough people to do the jobs.
Hmm.
Unemployment is like two something percent, so it's like
Right.
nearly everybody's working.
Like where are we? So we're getting rid of
So,
workers.
and then we're gonna have too many jobs and not enough workers. It's
Hmm.
almost like
But we won't pay anybody more.
no.
So um
Actually, prices will probably go up because of tariffs, and then because of supply chain issues because there's not enough workers, and then like you're gonna have like housing problems because there's not enough laborers to construct houses or fix houses or do any of that. So like that'll slow all that down. That just slows the whole market down, and then like hey, well, recession, it's like, hey, it's almost like the fucking Republicans are really good at crashing economies and racking up debt and then blaming other people for doing it. It's
well, and
almost like they're really fucking good at that.
they got really and they got themselves in a bind because if they don't do this thing, they don't do the damn thing that they've been talking about doing,
If they don't
then they're
deport people, they're
fucking they're
fucked.
fucking liars, man. They're fucking their base can be like, well, wait a minute, motherfucker. I thought so we were gonna get rid of these people. We want to get rid of them.
But the base sucks them off because they're in a cult. I mean, they call him daddy and stuff. Like they love this. They love Trump. He's their dad. He's
Well,
clearing house, even though he's brought in more. He cleaned the swamp out. He cleared the swamp out, and he made the Everglades, not just a little swamp, a full fucking Everglades, complete with the golf clubs and the mansions for the rich people, and then like impenetrable swamp around it, and then the poorest can just fucking die for all they care, as long as there's enough to like do the services they need, keep their yards clean, mowed,
crack,
and all that shit.
crack, crack, crack.
Bro, that's what we're going towards. Oligarch 100%. We've got an unelected,
Oh, we're not going towards it, baby. We're
we're
in it.
there. Yeah, we're there.
We're fucking in it, dude. We're gonna get a true glimpse of what's going on here.
Yep.
I guess more. I think it's always probably been to some degree. There's been some oligarch, obviously, but I think it's like blatant and it's out in the open, and it's just like we're running this shit now.
Yeah, the last 10 to 15 years has just been late stage capitalism reaching its conclusion, but now we're at the conclusion, which is oligarchy, you know. So yeah, I'll have to fix my lighting. It's not bright enough or something.
Yeah, get a little
My
leakage
background.
through that
Yeah,
background. Something's going on.
yeah.
I think you might need to make it a little more taut,
Taut.
so you don't have
That
the
waviness.
folds
Yeah,
and
look at that.
waves in it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look at there.
Creates little pockets of
I'll
shadows
work
and
on it. I'll
lights and
work on it,
stuff.
guys. We're not billionaires around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just a couple of regular Joes talking
We're just some
bullshit, man.
guys.
We're just speaking our mind, and we're just some dudes learning all this stuff. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yep.
But I think that's gonna call it for the night, bro. We did our first little live situation here.
Yes, thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate you.
We'll keep at it, man. We're gonna watch the MAGA nonsense unfold.
Utopia.
Yeah,
We'll watch the Utopia take place.
they
The
think that
second,
they.
the second coming of Trump.
Yikes.
The first coming was with mElonia. All right,
Well,
brother. Yep.
I guess let's fucking get it, dude. Peace.